Hello, good morning. I am back with another video, and today's video, as you see by the title, is intended to be a conversation about why I want to be an artist. I've said I am a fine artist working with acrylic and canvas right now, and I wanted to capture some of my thoughts as to my motivation and purposes behind doing this. Why am I not going to school? Why am I not working in the workforce for a bigger company? Why am I going the hard way and trying to make a living through creative means? So wanted to give some thoughts and points as to my thought process behind that, so you can understand my purposes as you follow my journey of being an artist. First point I want to make is that I really do feel like it's my purpose on Earth, and I'm sure you're probably thinking, well, how does he know what his purpose is on Earth? Well, that has come through a lot of thoughts that I've been thinking for a couple of years now, thinking about, not to get too existential, but why I exist, why I do anything, why anything that I do is important, and trying to grapple with the reality of my existence. That sort of existential thought process that leads people into crisis is this kind of thing that I sort of thrive on. I actually really enjoy doing that. And so, as a result of that and thinking about what my purpose is on Earth, side note, I am religious, in case you don't know. I do believe in Jesus and his real life on earth and the teachings that he taught in the Protestant Bible. And so I practice that regularly, and I try to talk with him on a regular basis in the spirit, believe in a spiritual world. And so I'm speaking to a spiritual realm. I do believe that God, the God of the Bible, Yahweh, is real, and that he has made me for a reason, and he has made me for a reason to be an impact on Earth, and my life is meant to play into that. And so after speaking with him and praying a lot about it and considering a lot about why I'm even here on Earth, looking at what I'm good at, looking at the things that genuinely bring me life, and not just something that I make a choice, but something that just genuinely does, like, enliven me. Painting was what I realized brings me so much life. I realized that probably coming up on 2 years ago, in around August or September of 2020. I had never really been much into art before. I had taken an art appreciation class in community college, and I really loved it. And then I started painting myself when I was about 21 years old, and I loved it. It just gave me so much life. It made me feel free and alive to be painting on a canvas, to be expressing my feelings and my emotions through this material into a piece of work that others could view and experience similar feelings and emotions. It felt like a way I could communicate to people. It felt like a way I could make myself known. And so I caught on to that, and I realized, hey, that's actually really important to me. And so I leaned into that, and I started thinking about that a lot, and started looking into what it might take to be an artist, and was very intimidated at first. For a long time I've tried to work a part-time job and be an artist at the same time, tried to work a full-time job and be an artist at the same time too, and neither of those have worked out for me. I'm the sort of person, I've realized, that I need to be 100% one thing or 100% another, and I struggle to separate myself between two different worlds. So if I am an employee at a manufacturing company, I really struggle to tell people, oh, I'm an artist, because no, I'm not. I'm an employee, you know? So, uh, after doing that sort of self-examination, after really in looking into my soul and my spirit and trying to determine what I actually stand for, what really gives me life, um, an artist, a creative person, is what I settled on. And now I'm not limiting myself to just painting on acrylic on canvas. I want to expand to other forms of art medium, and in addition, there are a lot of other things that I also love to do. There are also a lot of other things that bring me life on Earth. One, for example, is fitness. I love working out. I love maintaining my body's level of fitness, which is another thing that brings me a lot of life. Another thing is photography. I do love photography. It looks really cool. I love the concepts behind it. So there are other areas of life that I enjoy, and they're all in the creative sphere. And so that's why I've chosen an artist to be the first direction to go, because that's what I have most experience in. So that's what I mean when I say I feel like it's my purpose on Earth. And as time goes on, and I meet more people, and I do more things, and I learn more about myself and about the world, that might change, and I'm okay with that. I do personally believe that I am on Earth for a reason, and I'm going to forget that anytime soon. Number two, I have been working in the workforce for a little while. I worked for a couple of years at a retirement home in the cafeteria. I worked for a few months in a retail store. I worked for several months in a manufacturing company. And at this point, I've begun to just realize that I am tired of working for other people's visions. That's my second point. I'm tired of working for other people's vision. They have their own vision and their intention for the world and what they want to do in this world, and I'm tired of putting my effort, my time, my energy into someone else's plan. I want to be my own person, live out my own vision, put my own time and my own effort and my own energy into my own vision for the world and my own vision for what my life looks like. After several years of trying to subscribe my life to other people's direction, it feels wrong to me, and I genuinely feel wrong doing that. I feel like I'm being a fraud. I feel like I'm being inauthentic to who I really am as a person when I try to bend my life around someone else's direction. And that's the case in any sort of job field. And that's what I realized, that I will never really truly feel content or happy working for someone else. I need to be working for myself and pushing myself forward. And that admittedly is a bummer. And I am frustrated with myself in a lot of ways for being like that, because it makes it more difficult. I can't just give my time and my energy to someone else, to a company or to a boss, to a manager. I feel wrong doing that. I feel the need to rebel against that sort of status quo, and I wish I didn't, because it'd be a lot easier if I could just follow someone else, go with the flow, never question things. But the thing is, I've been the sort of person that asks a lot of questions and challenges a lot of things, and when I find answers, it usually leads me to disagree with whatever's going on, and I can't just sit there with knowledge that I disagree with someone and their purpose and their vision for a company and go along without thought. Once I've thought about it, once I've questioned it, it's kind of game over for me. I have to move on from that. So, having worked in various different career fields, every time I come to the conclusion that I don't really want to give myself to this vision, to this field anymore. I want to do my own thing. I want to be an artist because the art world is a place for people who are expressing themselves. The art world is a place where people's individuality is celebrated. People's individuality and originality is celebrated, and it's upheld. I mean, when people come along that look totally different than anybody else, when people are doing groundbreaking development in art history, when they're doing things that nobody else has ever really done, that gets celebrated in the art community, and I love that so much. And I feel that I can thrive in this world because I frankly never felt like I quite fit in with so many other people that just go to corporate jobs, or they go to school for a few years and they go to a corporate job and they work there for a few years, and maybe they transfer, maybe they change companies a couple times, and they stay in the same career field and they stay in the same general flow of life for most of their life. I have never felt like I could relate to that. I have always felt like I'm different from that and needed to do something different, or else I wouldn't be living authentically to who I am. And so that's why I've chosen to be an artist. The art world seems a lot more open and free to accept people that are different, because I see a lot of people that are very different in the art world. People that are in the regular quote unquote world, they wouldn't quite be accepted, but in the art world they're celebrated. So that's why I choose to be an artist. And point number 3, this ties back to the first point when I was talking about when I was doing some self-examination and just self-consideration and thinking about why I'm doing what I'm doing. Point number 3 is I want to do something that means something to people for a long time. I want the result of my work and my time and my effort, I want it to be meaningful to people both now and for a long time. I want to leave a legacy of connection. I want to leave things on this earth that actually mean something, and I see art as a way of doing that. There are other ways to do that, admittedly. Art is not the only way to have an impact on the world. I will fully agree with that, but I see art as a way that I can express that in my own life. If I paint a piece and somebody buys it, my name will always be attached to it, and no matter who it goes to, they'll always see this was a Reagan Shutger, and he did this, and when I look at it, it makes me feel this, and it's meaningful because it reminds me of this, or it makes me think of that, like that sort of thing, that even after I leave this earth, that my paintings can continue for a long time if they're kept up. And I mean, admittedly, like, they will also degrade at some point. There is a point in time where everything gets disintegrated and recycled. But the point I'm trying to make is I want to live for something that's greater than just my life. I don't want to pour my time and my energy into just maintaining my life on Earth, because then at the end of my life, what was the point of all of that? Those are the questions that I'm asking. And being an artist is the answer that I've come to. So hopefully this gives you some insight into my mind, the things that I'm thinking about when I pursue being an artist, the motivations and intentions that I have when I try to paint something and sell it. And hopefully that inspires you to do some consideration yourself and to better your own life. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day.